Hello! Welcome back to another episode of First Class in the Blister Room. Today is a special one because it's getting towards that time of year. So we're going to do a Christmas special, just like you'd see on Grandstand or Match of the Day or any of those great TV programs of the past. We're going to get, Gary's frozen already. We're going to get a Christmas special edition for this. And today we've managed to get all four of us back on, which I think is the first. Actually, have all four of us been on before?
Don't think we have.
No, I don't think we have.
No.
Nah, because I think I've done two you, Gar, and I think I've done one with Dan on his own, and then one with Sam and Dan. So yeah, first time there's a foursome. What a way to celebrate Christmas. So how are we all, and are we looking forward to Christmas? I'll start with you, Gaz.
Oh, mate, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so buzzing. I've got the stockings in the man cave. I got Santa Gaza Claus has been. I am buzzing for Christmas, mate. In this bag is actually presents for you guys, so we'll come to that later on.
Ooh. Right then, well, let's come back to that in a minute. And so, Stan, are you revved up and ready to go for Christmas?
I am. I cannot wait. Get me out of this school half term and get me to a 2-week holiday because I am knackered.
It's a little bit for the wrong reasons because you don't want to see your students anymore. But yeah, you got that around the corner to get space from them for 2 weeks.
Along those lines, if anyone's watching, I think very highly of you, but I can't wait for the holiday.
Sam, you must be getting geared up for it. You got a couple of little ones; they must be getting excited.
Yeah, that's what I talk about. To be fair, well, certainly my eldest. And what you was just saying there about, obviously, it would be good to have some Corinthians to look forward to. Obviously, breaking news from Gary there, but obviously Secret Santa as well. So we do have some Corinthians to look forward to, regardless.
We do. Do you know what? As you've mentioned that, let's go on to the Secret Santa, because do you know what? When we got this group going, as we've always talked about, it is about pulling us together and doing some fun things. And I think it might have been 2003. We did the first one, didn't we? The first Secret Santa, and it went down a storm. And everyone since has been getting involved, and it's been something good for the community to do. And what did I get last year? I think because I organised it, I knew who was going to be giving me ones. I think it was Harry Monk. He managed to get me some microstars because I started getting on the microstar train. So that was something that I got last Christmas for a Secret Santa. Can you guys remember what you got last Christmas? Can you remember what you had, Dan?
Yes, I can. I got, it's gone walkies, but I got a lovely picture of a Sheringham Tottenham very early master model. That's what I got. It was a brilliant gift. Yeah.
What did you get, Sam?
A little bundle of random figures. It definitely had a Maldini kicker microstar in it.
Yeah.
Which set me on the route of collecting some other base colours and whatnot. It had a couple of random headliners and what as well. So it's just a nice mixed bundle, to be fair.
What did you get, Gaz?
I got not that one. Hang on.
I remember this.
I got a Stuart Pearce repaint from, I believe, was Sean Minto.
Yes.
Very nice.
Didn't you film it?
I did a live unboxing in Lapland.
Yeah.
When we took the kids to Lapland last year.
Remember that now.
Yeah.
Right.
So as we know, Christmas lives on in the Corinthian world.
Yes, it does. Yes,
100%.
So what we've decided today was to do a Christmas special, and we're trying to think of what to talk about, and then we all discussed that they did actually release a few Christmas special editions. So we're going to touch on the Christmas special figures for those of you that do know them, also for those of you that don't know them. And there's a few other Christmas related items that we're going to talk about too. But to start with, I think all of our attire is looking pretty good. So what are you wearing? Let's go with, we'll start with Sam's. I don't think Sam's is a Christmas jumper, but have you got anything Christmassy on?
I mean, yeah, my hat, that's all that counts as festive. Obviously, football shirt for the rule of the video got to be done. So throw this classic on.
That is a classic football shirt.
It is, yeah. And I'm not one for. I don't own any Christmas jumpers or anything like that. So, yeah, the best I could do, I'm afraid, was the hat.
But it's better. Than
that is such an awesome
Where'd you get
shirt.
yours from? Because I like that. Step up, stand up, and show us your top down.
Classic football shirts. They're Christmas jumpers. So it's
nice.
Kingsman 1, Snowman 18 on the back.
Is that a snowman taking a dive as well?
Very nice. Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah, very much so.
Brilliant.
And Gaz, what have you got on? What have you got on? Norwich Snowman.
Is he stripping?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is what?
It's freezing on mine.
Yes, I've got my. How old's this? It's the old badge, so this must be about, I don't know, probably about 10 years old.
Where did you get that one from? Was that from the Norwich shop, or was that?
Yeah.
I think when from CFS.
Yeah, when Norwich were sort of like could be bothered to actually give the fans what they wanted, they brought a load of decent Christmas stuff out. So
yeah,
and obviously
they sold
the old elf hat as well.
I think like Dan's got his from CFS, and I've got mine. Mine's the Man United new one this year. Santa instead of Sharp, Crimbo instead of Umbro, golden balls instead of the badge, and on the back you've got 99 treble. I think I had a look through them. I mean, they've got the diamonds down the side. What are the diamonds? Oh, the Christmas trees down the side. It's these are brilliant. I mean, I showed you guys a minute ago. Like, that's the original shirt, and it's just they've picked off all the little bits just to marry up to it. They are brilliant, but you could spend an absolute arm and a leg on that site, because even though I think I saw the Wolves one was brilliant, Chelsea one was brilliant. The Spurs one with Dan's what's good, but then they've got a couple of international ones. They've got a couple from Serie A, and it's just what they've come up with. Instead of like, I can't remember what it was, but like say instead of pony, it will say something else, but it'd be festive related, and it looks spot on.
Donkey, innit?
Yeah.
Does it say donkey instead of pony?
Yes. Something like that, mate. They are brilliant. And do you know what? I think this was about $39.99, and I got a discount code. Because there's another podcast that I watch called 90s Premier League football, or whatever it's called. Is it 90s Premier League football or 90s Premier League podcast?
90s Premier League podcast, isn't it?
Okay. Podcast. And they give you a special code, and I got like 10% off. So yeah, you've got some money knocked off. So that was well worth it to go get my Christmas jumper. And I'm going to be wearing this, I think, Christmas Eve. As it's red, I can get away with wearing it for Royal Mail. And yeah, I'll be wearing it around me delivery.
That's where his Christmas tips are gone.
Yeah. That is where my Christmas tips are gone. I might have to get another one. But so that's the Christmas attire. But as we are a Corinthian-based podcast, we love talking about Corinthian figures and trying to introduce people into it, or just give people a bit of extra knowledge. We were talking about there was a range of figures they would bring out every Christmas, just one individual figure, and it would be a Christmas special. Now, I've got a couple of them, but I think, Sam, you've got all 5, haven't you?
I do. Got them all in blister here.
Which one was the first one that came out?
Figo, Luis Figo, Portugal away kit, and that was for Christmas 2000.
Yeah, it was 2000. So that's probably. Where would he have been then? Would he have been going from Barcelona to Real Madrid?
That would have been his first Christmas in Madrid. I think it was the summer. Yeah, he moved there in 2000, I think, because it was the following year. I think Dan went to Madrid when they were basically spending big once every summer.
It might have been why they picked him then, I suppose, because I think at the time it was either a world record fee or close to being one of the world record fees. They probably thought a popular player. Let's get him in the Christmas special. And he's what kit's he in, the away one?
It's in the Portugal away kit because he's in the home kit in the club gold, and it says on the back here, the world's most expensive player and Real Madrid's imported star. So yeah, he'd obviously gone to Madrid by that point as well.
Stick him up to the camera and let's have a good look at him.
And it's probably my favourite one of the 5, actually.
Is it?
Is it?
Have you got any, Dan? Have you got any?
Have I got
any of the Christmas ones?
Yeah, I mean, I do have them. They are all in a nice storage place. But yeah, I've got all 5 of them. But Capello's the one I've got loose.
We'll come to it in a minute, because I think Figo was the first one. You could only get them originally, I believe, from being a member, couldn't you? So when you were a member, they would send them out to members at Christmas. I think you have to be like level silver or above, and then that's how you got them. But I was chatting to Sam earlier, and me and him were saying that they seem to have landed on a lot of people's doorsteps now, like everyone's got them. So whether they had surplus stock and then decided to move a few on, or I suppose they might have just somehow got them out into the public. Because I can't, something Sam said would be interesting to know is how many members would they have had at their peak? That would have been interesting to know, because if they had 7,000 Figos but only 2,000 members, they would have had like 5,000 sitting around doing nothing.
Well, yeah, supposedly
that's something that I've never ever thought about. That's never crossed my mind, anything like that. How many members was there? I mean, I know I was, but how it,
There's 4 of them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've only got to see how busy the conventions were, haven't you? I'm talking like back at Villa Park or whatever.
Yeah.
So
were there thousands at these conventions?
Yeah, definitely.
I was never a member. It's one of my biggest regrets. I was a member 1 year, 2001, 2002, but I was never a member in the early days. Never went to the convention. It's still one of my biggest regrets looking back on it.
Oh, I loved it.
But you've been to the last one, so that's the main thing.
That made up. Yeah.
But your Figo's your favourite one. Gav, you got a Figo one, or do you like that one?
I've got Figo and Sheringham. I believe so. Sheringham was the second one, right?
I think he was.
2001. Yeah.
So I actually worked. I was working in America for 18 months over 2001 and 2002. So I would imagine that I only have the first 2 because my membership ran out, and obviously I was in the States and never renewed. And then by the time I come back, I, not then carried on my membership. So I must have only had the first 2 because I was in the country.
When you came back?
How
old have you been when you come back home, do you reckon?
19, I think. Because I was too young to drink.
Will almost that will carry on from what me and you were talking about earlier with Woody, saying about around that era, around the 90s and noughties, when you were 19, 20, 21, you kind of just went into drinking, going out partying, having fun because the music scene was brilliant, etc., etc. A lot of people, that's when they started to fall, not almost out of love, but just weren't too bothered about the collecting side of stuff anymore. They were about going out and having fun. So you're probably right. You probably came back and just thought, I ain't going to bother renewing it. Whereas now it just seemed that it's not something to be ashamed about. Let's say getting into collecting.
Collecting really isn't. It's one of them things where whenever I talk about it to me mates, I class myself as a geek. I class myself as a toy friends and all stuff like that. But it's like it's banter in it. You have a bit of banter and then you just move on. And so what? That's what I do. If that's what I want to do with my money, that's what I want to do with my money. I just spent a £5 this afternoon on some football stickers for my boys. So
For your boy or for you?
For your boy.
We actually got a Norwich player. So yes.
Oh, did you, mate? I went into, where did I go into today? WH Smith's or whatever they've changed the name to now. And I had to do the old, EFL stickers. I think you got them. What do they look like? Knowing exactly what they look like. Yeah, they're for me boy. And she picked up some of those Max Tops ones, whatever. No, not them.
Yeah.
Them ones below it. Yeah, no. I know it roughly, love, but they're not for me, honestly. But, mate,
and then they pass you the box and you accidentally pick up 6 instead of 5.
Yeah, mate. I got a 9-pack today, 9-pack of the AFL ones. But yeah, I think we were all heavily into the collecting around when they first started coming out, these Christmas specials, when they ran the 2001. So 2001, have you got the Sheringham one there, Sam? You can hold up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Because then it was that in the Man U, wasn't it? Yeah, the Man U kit. Because I believe, from doing some reading on it earlier on, I think he was the PFA and Writers Player that year, which is again probably why they picked him to be in the Christmas special.
Wow.
Yes, I think you're correct.
Because the Figo one would have been, from what I read, because of his big money move. Then you got the. I'll just give you a little bit of information on the back.
Yeah, I'm just reading I'm reading the back there. It does reference a little bit about the PFA.
Yeah, so it's probably like I say they picked him because of that reason.
Yeah,
but I like that one. I like that one, and they actually because the first couple they brought out in the Tottenham and then the Man U ones, a couple of the poses weren't great, and it was an all right likeness, but wasn't fantastic. And they really tried to have a go at changing it with that one, and putting in long sleeves as well.
It's a good model, very good model.
It is a good model. And then you went on to the 2002 was
Ronaldo. R9.
Ronaldo.
The proper legend. Ronaldo.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you what, I keep getting these memes on my what was it, Instagram now, of Ronaldo doing those 6'7" in stupid AI videos.
Yeah.
My son keeps watching them. They're quite funny. But that Ronaldo one.
That's on the back of him winning the World Cup.
So would that have been World Cup then? Yeah. So that's what.
Is that the silly haircut one?
Yes, he's wedge head. Look.
Wedge head.
Mate, not funny story, but when we was on holiday in Bulgaria, I took Lechkov with me, and I was taking photographs of him wherever I was out and about. And my boy was calling him the white R9 because he had a little tuft on the front of his head. So he kept saying, "Oh, you're bringing the white R9 out again today to get a photograph?" Yes, son, I am.
Brilliant.
So good figure. It's a good figure, that one. I like that one. I like it because of the hair, because that haircut was iconic, wasn't it? Wasn't there a story about why he did that haircut?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, if you've not watched it, I think it was BBC that did it. Did a documentary called The Phenomenon, and it basically covered the period from the France '98 through to Japan and Korea. Because I was still quite young at the time, obviously massively into me football, but limited access to stuff being a kid. And I never realised just how little football he played between those 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, just how his knees were done.
Yeah.
So it covers his incident that happened the day of the final, and how he was in hospital getting tests and all that before the France game. And then the bit about his haircut was simply to deflect attention and just give the media something else to talk about.
Yeah. So basically, he didn't want them constantly hounding him, asking him about his injury. He just thought if he had a stupid haircut, they'd be just focusing on that and would leave him alone.
Yeah.
So it's quite a clever tactic. I mean, I always remember when Beckham was changing his haircut from the 90s going, all the way through to Madrid. Every time he had a different haircut, it was front page news all over the place.
Yeah. Blimey, I should have done that after my performance at the weekend on the pitch to divert how bad I was.
Well, slap some hair on.
Get
a wig.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, and that's a great. I really like that figure. I've got that because I collect Brazil as well. I've got that one in my collection loose. I don't think I've got him in blister. I think the only one I've got in blister is Sheringham from the Christmas specials. But I have got that figure loose. And then they went on to
Maradona.
Maradona's next then. He was the 2003 one.
We're up to 2003. There's a bit of blurb on the back about, what Maradona, if you like, was famous for. This is his. That looks like his Spain '82 kit rather than just like a young Maradona.
Yeah, it does look a lot longer.
Yeah.
But Nick, it's a great figure. But I suppose like all the other ones so far have been brought out because of something they'd done in their career at that moment. That's the kind of first one that they kind of brought out of just bringing out a legend, basically.
Yeah, realistically. Yeah.
Because
I think that may have been around the time that he had his Napoli release in the Legends of the 70s and 80s.
Yes, it would have been because it's exactly the same look and the same pose, isn't it?
For my money,
those yellow and blue blisters, wherever they were?
That's it. Yeah. But for my money, I prefer the original. Maradona, you know, the club gold one.
Yeah, I like that one. Short hair, bit more stubble on there. It just looks like proper rough, like Maradona. When in my eyes, when I was watching Italia 19 around that era, he was at his peak, just destroying teams single-handedly.
Yeah.
Destroying teams rather than himself.
Yeah.
That was doing both at the same time.
But then
wasn't it 5 years ago this week or something?
What's that he died?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's
George
mad,
George Best was 20 years as well. 20 years ago we lost George Best.
I remember when George Best. I remember as well. It's so haunting. He take the picture of me and he was like, "Get it out there before we die." It was incredible, wasn't it? Like 20 years ago. Yeah, it was. It was 5 years ago last week, Maradona.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Some legends there. And the last one, thanks for going on to that. We were talking about Christmas happy times here.
Yeah, right.
The last one was Capello.
Fabio Capello.
So I'm going to written down for him. Why do you reckon they picked him out? Was that when he was the England manager then at the time?
No, this is way before then. This is 2004. So we still had
4 years.
What was he doing then? Was he just like winning trophies in Serie A or something?
Roma or Juventus, wasn't it, at the time? One of the two?
Was he at Juve then? I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure. But he won the league with Roma, didn't he?
Right.
The start of the millennium.
Yeah.
And he'd been quite successful with Milan in the years before
that.
It's probably...
to go for a manager, but to go for him as a manager, like not a popular English one. I mean, I don't know if that's a sign of the times that Corinthian were trying to, because Japan was probably getting massive, etc. over there.
Yeah.
Whether they were trying to get more of a pull from, say, Italy, wherever he was managing or whatever, I don't know. But it's weird that they didn't pick a popular English one.
It's the one that's probably got the most blurb on the back because do a comparison.
Probably trying to justify it.
Yeah. If you compare it to other ones, you get a picture of
and no picture on the back either.
Could have been a last minute thing. Could it have been one of those things where I think, like Dave said in the past, they wanted to get someone, they couldn't get it, so they just had to pick a model they had and just shove it in there so they could release one for Christmas.
And it does talk about he joined Juventus at the start of this current season. So at the moment this was released, he was Juve manager.
Yeah. So what a stat or something interesting I found out about them. If you look at all of them, what's something you notice, Sam, looking at them, or you guys that have got any of them, what's something you've noticed about every single one of them blisters?
They haven't got the J-hook or whatever it's called.
Exactly that. I didn't know that until I looked at mine, and then I thought, and I googled pictures of the others, and that would tie in with why it was only a membership item, because they wouldn't have been selling them in a shop, so you would have needed to hang them up.
Very true. Like the Michael Owen convention one.
Yes.
Yeah. Like and all the other convention ones, they never had the J-hook, did they?
J-hook or butterfly, they call them, didn't they? Yeah, I didn't even think about it until I saw it when we were getting it ready for this, and then I googled the rest, and it just makes sense that it just shows it was a membership only product, and that they didn't have to supply it to the shops so they could hang it up and sell it.
I was going to say,
there's quite a few. I've just realised that one.
Yeah, the collector club specials and those didn't have them either, deliberately to distinguish them between regular releases and something special. So Dave's reseller specials were like that as well. They didn't have the butterfly hook either, deliberately again to distinguish, to make them a different product really for collecting. Yeah, there you go, the reseller ones. I was just saying I did a bit of research and it looks like, and we'll do a shout out to Craig for his website. It's obviously a real wealth of knowledge. About 7,000 Figo were produced.
Were there?
Not definitively, he says, but about 7,000. No other figures for the rest of them. So whether there were 7,000 members or they just did 7,000, who knows?
My assumption
they probably would have learned
higher from there.
Yeah, they would have learnt a lot from the first batch to work out, have we got 7,000 members? And then each year, I mean, you would have thought they would tie it. Well, an easy way would have been able to work out how many members they got, silver and above, and just make sure they get one each. And that would, that would have been great then to cap that. but then they might have kind of started at 7,000, seen how well they did, and then each year maybe brought it down a bit. And then if they thought they had more, not enough the year before, put it up a bit. Who knows? I mean, say Craig might know, but
mind you, you know how much, obviously eBay's not the best barometer of prices anymore because it can be ridiculous. But I'm looking. You've got the Figo and the Sheringham one together for 15 quid altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's selling all 5 of their blisters for about 50 quid, which I don't think is that bad. A tenner a blister.
All 5 Christmas ones.
At the moment, it's on 52, no bids, so that's not bad. I don't think for all 5 of them.
Each, mate.
But then, you've got like Capello was always the most expensive. I think I paid about 20 quid for my Capello years ago, and he was always He was always quite expensive. But it's they're still out there. You can still pick them up if you want them. You can pick all of them up easily. Yeah, exactly.
Look, they're a good little series to have. And actually, they're some of the series, the blisters turn really yellow and just get nasty after age. You don't see many bad Christmas ones.
No,
they seem to age quite well. No. And just something I found interesting, when I'd never paid attention to it till digging these out. Unfortunately, they live in the garage, so I don't treat them the best, unfortunately. But the Figo was the first one in 2000, and his collector code is number Pro 146, but Sheringham was 2001, and he's got Pro 144.
Wow,
that's good, isn't it?
My assumption there, obviously, it'd be good if someone can let us know the information, but either that Sheringham was already made and then held back for Christmas 2001, or a different figure was made for that code, not released, and Sheringham was filling in the gap potentially.
If you're watching this, it in the comments. Let us know.
Would that have been like the treble winners? I know, obviously, 2001 to 99, that's 2 years. But just talking about the pro numbers.
I think most of the treble winners are in the high double digits. I think they start from about Pro 80, something like that. So it's not far away. But by 2001, you was into the hundreds and hundreds. So
I was going to say, you were on about Series 12, weren't you, by then?
Yeah, my guess is that it's going to be a gap that was, either never used, or they were going to release him as a Tottenham player. Release him as a regular series, and then obviously he moved to Tottenham, so maybe it got cancelled, and then they decided to reuse Sheringham.
Say it's anyone's guess, but sometimes what has happened in the past is that they've planned it for something, and then it hasn't gone to plan because they couldn't get certain things ticked off, and then they've held it back and thought, we can use it for that in the end.
Well, actually, Dan, you'll be better to answer this probably, but obviously Christmas 2001, he was released because he was the Football Writers Player of the Year and stuff, but he was back at Spurs by then, wasn't he?
He was back at Spurs, and by that point, they'd released him in the Spurs kit already in the Spurs home kit. But again, it's probably because he'd won that in the summer, and didn't Corinthian always have like a 4-month run time in terms of production and getting it out? So it's probably by that point I'm glad they released him though in the United kit, because that was one of his. In fact, that was his best season at United goals wise. I think he scored like 15, 16 goals, and they offered him a contract to stay, but he wanted a 2-year contract, and that's why he came back to Spurs. So,
bit of extra knowledge for you. Well, that I think wraps up the Christmas specials, and I think as Dan has said, they are on eBay. You can get all of them now. They're at 50 odd quid at the minute. So if you can have a look on eBay and you can pick them up, they're a nice little set to have. You can probably pick them up individually as well for less if you don't want all of them. But they are a good set to have. Now, other things, Christmas-wise, I've managed to get my hands on something, and that was kindly sold to me by the man above me on my screen, because Dan had this piece. I don't know if any of you guys have got any of these, but Corinthian did produce a Christmas bauble. I don't know if you can see, it's an Alan Shearer one.
Yeah.
And I've gone on to Craig's website and actually had a little read of his book to try and find out a bit more information about it. And as you might be able to make out, these were the Tetley figures. So it's exactly the same size as the old Tetley Shearer in the England kit. What was that? Is that 98 kit?
98.
Yeah, the 98 kit. And they had this one. They had David Seaman. Was it Paul Ince?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, and who was the other one?
Zola.
Zola. Yeah, so they'd all them, and rather than being in their international kits, they put them in their club kits. Now, they were never released. And from what I've read and from what I understand, when they obviously went into administration toward the end, people would go in, gather up all the stock, see what they've got left to sell off to try and make some money back. And that's when they stumbled across these. And the theory is they were either just a prototype test to see what they would look like and what they would come out like, with the idea of eventually bringing them out as like maybe like a product, bit like the original Tetleys, where you can buy yourself a Tetley tea bag set and you can send some tokens off and get one of these. Or they made it and just didn't like the look of it after they made it, so they just kept a few of them in stock. So there's not actually a great deal of information how many are out there, but I don't see many. I mean, where did you get this one from, Dan?
I got it from Vintage. Someone was selling the Shearer and the Zola, and I love them for their novelty factor. But if you actually, the figures are great in the sense that they're just the regular Tetley figures that we all love to hate, but really secretly love, and they just repainted them, didn't they? But part of me is sort of looked at them, and I got them, and I liked them. It was sort of like, oh, they don't look great in the plastic. So maybe it just didn't go far, did it? It didn't. They just decided it wasn't viable at the time. But it would have been nice to see it done a bit better, Corinthian background and whatnot. But they are a great set of kits, like the Shearer one in particular. I think I like the Shearer one.
Yeah, no, it's a bit. Do you know what? We're looking at it. The badge on it and the crest on it are a lot better standard than what the regular actual Corinthians were they produced at the time. The paint job's very neat as well. So it does look like it was almost like a test sample, so they could go off and show, oh, this is what it will look like. And then when they mass produced them, they would have been slightly worse, probably. But yeah, so these are a good piece. So if any of you are into collecting and you want to get some of the unique pieces, keep your eye out for one of these. So Zola will be is he in the blue Chelsea kit?
Yeah, blue, the 98-99 kit. Siemens in the yellow 97-98 kit. Actually, they're all in the 97-98 kit and Ints as well. Yeah,
cool. So yes, keep your eye out for that on eBay, Vinted, and all those other places. Because the last episode, me and Dan talked about all the places you can buy figures from. So go back to that episode, watch it, have a look at all of those different places, and you might be able to stumble across one of these baubles. Because people won't know anything about them properly, the ones that are people that are selling them. So you might be able to pick yourself up a little bit of Corinthian history in the sense that it was never released. It was just stumbled across at the end. So, so that's a nice little Christmas piece to have. So I think there was nothing else Christmassy they brought out, was there?
I don't think. Well, if you count the Christmas 4-packs from the 2000-2001 season, they did release a load of those 4-packs, didn't they? So there was the
released them at Christmas, didn't they? Yeah, they
released them at Christmas, so it was like the re-release of the 4-pack, wasn't it? Compared to the classic 4-packs that we had as a blister card. So I suppose that's probably the closest thing to that, couldn't you?
That's what I was talking about, Man U ones. Sorry?
Did they do Christmas cards as well? Because you got a birthday
card,
They did birthday, Did they do Christmas as well?
I'm sure I remember seeing a Christmas card from Corinthian. I'm convinced I have seen one before. They must have done it.
Gary Effort, get on the CCC Christmas cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speak to your printer lady.
Sort some out. Yeah, we'll sort that out. Yeah.
We'll next year. We get all our members to send in their date of birth, and we'll send them out a birthday card and a Christmas card.
Yes. Right, I'm going to be back in 1 second. 1 second. I've just got to sort something like so quick.
One sec. Sort that out. And then we'll carry on. But other than that, then, like I say, the 4-packs they brought out, if any of you don't know what we're talking about, they would bring out, I think they had like, was Brazil and Italy ones, or were they just the Premier League ones with like Chelsea, Newcastle, Man U?
No, they're Brazil, Tottenham, United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. They did a special. No, that wasn't Christmas. They did an Italy Serie A 4-pack as well. Veron, Maldini.
Would the England one when they had Ramsey and there was Ramsey and another player from '66, and then 2 players?
That was the year after. That was 2001.
Was that a Christmas one as well?
Don't know if it was Christmas. Sure. I'll have a little check. I don't know if that was Christmas though.
but a lot of the 4-packs would have been, because I think I still got one up there. Yeah, I've got the Brazil one and the Italy one, I say, and then I've got all my new ones. Because some of the platinums that you get with those 4-packs, they're super rare, because I had a look on Craig's website, and some of them were only produced in numbers of like 70 to 80. The platinums are a lot rarer than your regular 360 ones. So
it doesn't say.
If you think you've got one of them, keep hold of that platinum, because that will be worth something one day.
Absolutely, yeah.
Other than that, there wasn't too much. So I suppose the next thing to talk about, because we talked about what Corinthian released at Christmas, was, have you guys got any memories of what you got on Christmas Day that was Corinthian related? Because I was a bit older. What would I have been? I got into it when I was probably about 17, 18. I could buy what I wanted because I'd already started working, so I didn't really have to worry about getting them for Christmas. Because you guys were a bit younger, I think you were probably getting them for Christmas. So Sam, can you remember getting any fond memories of getting any figures for Christmas Day?
Loads, yeah, like probably every Christmas from the first year they were out till probably.
What was your favourite one then? If you've got too many memories, what was your favourite figure you got? Christmas.
Two quick ones then. It's not so much as my favourite figure, but I just distinctively remember getting Super Club. You know, the pitch and all that. I just distinctively remember getting that and being mega disappointed by the rubbish line of figures that were in it, and just got 22 random figures that were just put together from series that have come out. I still think they maybe should have done a bit of a special set of players that came with it. And then I remember towards the end of when I initially collected, there's a toy shop near me, and we were out Christmas shopping. I was with my mum and dad. I was only 11, 12 maybe. And this toy shop had loads of Corinthians, and I was old enough to kind of understand that there were certain budgets when it came to Christmas, but my mum and dad were kind of letting me pick what I wanted. And then the lady that worked there went, "Oh, we've got loads of these in the stock room." And she let me go out to her stock room. And
dangerous.
It was just wild. And I always think now, if I had been 10 years older or whatever and still collecting, what gems there must have been there. Because I picked up like the Serie A 4-pack, like the Inter Milan, Juventus, Milan, like headliner 4-packs. And they were ripped open to be played with. And you just wondered, didn't there? Was there like the mega rare Serie A blisters? Was there Portugal blisters? God knows. But yeah, I still remember standing in that stockroom for what felt like an eternity, just with a budget that I could roughly work.
£3.
And just, literally just being in like.
You imagine there's a lot of these shops back then, because they're just there to sell you the product. They're not interested in it. They wouldn't have had a clue what they had around the back.
Incredible,
so you could have just gone back there and found some absolute gems if you would have been a bit older and wiser and known what you were looking for.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, her stock room was probably just like going in one of our garages now. Do you know what I mean?
Not far off.
Yeah.
Do you got any fond memories? And have you got a favourite you can remember, Dan, from the back in the day at Christmas?
I do. I think I only had a couple of years where I got. In fact, it might have been 1 year that I got Corinthian figures for Christmas, and these are obviously not the same ones, but let's pretend that they are. I got the England series, the World Cup series 12-pack for Christmas.
Nice.
Love that.
Which, so when I saw that on eBay a few months ago, I was like, condition's not great, but I'm getting it because it's proper nostalgia. So I got that. My parents had inexplicably bent this back and sellotaped it down to make it easier to wrap the paper. So this is a wrong that has been righted nearly 30 years later. And of course, the wonderful courtesy of Sir Francis Newton and his array of stuff. It's just.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Great condition.
It really is. I mean, the ball is crap, but it's the figures in it. And I remember they'd done such a good job, my parents, at hiding what it was, because I did the old classic, have a little peek and see what was in it. And I still couldn't see it. So when I opened it, it was a genuine surprise to me.
Surprise, mate! That's an awesome piece to get that.
Well happy. I'm never going to let that go. That's delighted. So that's my main memory of Christmas for Corinthian.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, for you, there's always Tottenham figures you could get, plus obviously England. For Sam, you would have had your Chelsea figures to choose from, plus some England. But they never had any Norwich ones. So did you only ever really look forward to the England ones coming out? And did you get any England ones and any other clubs for Christmas, Gary?
So the only Corinthian Christmas Day memory I have is something that I bought for myself. So let me just hang on a minute. Oh. So if we go back to the yearbook, right? The 99 yearbook. So I remember flicking through this and like when you get to like the guide at the back.
Yeah.
For example, the one that I noticed the other day. Leeds. Rod Wallace for Leeds. Pristine figure and card, £7. Right?
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
But I remember, you used to, on the side, it has the CRV rating. So obviously the higher the CRV, I always thought, the higher the CRV, the more rare it is.
Yeah.
So I used to flick through and I found that, Mark Pembridge is 12,175.
Okay.
That's 12. His figure is £12. Right? So when I kept on going and I got into the France section, I should have used some post-it notes here. Suspense. Christmas suspense.
We can cut this bit out. Carry on.
I hope so, yeah. So Mark Pembridge was 12,000 something.
Yeah.
Jean-Pierre Papin in the away kit was 18,800.
Right.
No.
Low.
And he was £20. Right? So that's the most expensive figure in the yearbook. So I had to go on that was 99. So I had to go on the website and I had to buy it for myself. And I've kept it ever since. And that was my Christmas present to me. The original, this one is mine from 99. The original Jean-Pierre Papin. Dave's knocking these out for a £5 now. They've got there's no value to them. But it was the whole.
They haven't got that nostalgia with it, have they? That you searched
no.
Had a read of your CRV book and then went and bought it.
Yeah. So this one, that was my Christmas present to myself.
Merry Christmas to you.
And I will keep that. And I love that kit.
Yeah, it is a nice one, that one, isn't it? I do like that one.
Do you know, apparently, it's one of the only ones, maybe we can be corrected, but I don't think it's been seen, one of the only ones that did a sachet in the language and like the Super Champions as well. So if you think about it, you never see the Spain or the Italy ones in a sachet with like Super Champions or Superstars on it, but this one, you did.
Mm-hmm.
So we've never ever seen a figure from a different country with a sachet with the writing of that release on there. All we ever see is, for example, the Japan specials from Pro Stars are just Pro Stars on the back of the sachet. So that might be one of the few collectors, you never know, one of the few that only has the actual name of the series on the sachet. Otherwise, the rest of them potentially don't have that. So a little bit more of a quirky stat there. Yeah. I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. I probably am wrong, but prove me wrong.
If we're wrong, tell us we're wrong in the comments.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, mate, honestly, that figure. But I like that figure. I don't really collect any of the French ones, but I do like that figure. Remember you telling me a while back, well, a couple of years ago, it might have been that, say, at the time you were looking, that was the rarest figure you could possibly get. And everyone was after it for a while, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I think I bought a couple of them and sold. So I probably didn't make much money.
A millionaire one day.
Yes, that's what I'm a Dell boy, aren't I? One day it's going to happen.
You are renowned for selling figures cheap, aren't you? But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in an episode where we're talking about mistakes. But do you know what? I think, to be honest, that pretty much covers Christmas for Corinthians, because they didn't bring out an abundance of things. But though the set of 5 you can get, the Christmas special, are really nice. The baubles, if you can get your hands on them, they're really nice. And the 4-packs Dan was talking about, they are nice 4-packs. And I think if you collect a specific club, make sure you get all the 4-packs, because they come out in the colours. They weren't like a generic colour like, say, Blisters were. They were like red ones for Man U, white for Spurs, white for Leeds.
Yeah.
And just blue for England. So they all pop and they all come out in like nice colours. So they are worthwhile getting to if you're either getting into the collection or you're thinking of something new to collect.
Yes. Yeah. And yellow for Norwich.
Right. And yellow for Norwich. Well, you've got a yellow 4-pack.
I have. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I have actually.
So there you
go.
Tim made You've got your very own Christmas book. Yeah, Tim made it. Mate, his work is phenomenal. We'll try and get him to do another one. If we do another convention, we'll try and get him to do a convention special 4-pack or something like that.
If.
Yeah, well, a big if that's possibly leaning to... But let's not go into that. That can be another episode.
Another episode, yeah.
We can just sprinkle that stardust or snow, as we can call it at the minute, out there and get people excited for Christmas. That something might be on the horizons, but we'll let them know. But I think, that is covered all we wanted to really talk about. But something else I asked the boys to do, so hopefully they've got themselves prepped. It was on Christmas Day, when you're sitting down with a family, you're having your nice roast, you crack your cracker open, and inside you get a terrible joke and a stat. So I said, let's just throw a random stat out there and a random joke out there for the community to enjoy. So let's go, let's go Gary first this time. Have you got a random stat? Don't worry if you haven't got either of them, just as long as you got one of them, a random stat or a Christmas Corinthian related joke.
My random stat is, and I'm sure it's going to be repeated, but it's one that I absolutely love and that I came across today.
Right.
And it's the Premier League 95 sticker album. So I don't know how true it is, but it's got to be.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So just look at some of the players. For example, Chris Waddle. That is a exact like the 2 strands of hair hanging down. Surely Corinthian. And I'm only going to go with this one because there's not enough time. That's another podcast. But if anyone's got a 95 sticker album, go through it,
look at the figures,
and compare it to Corinthians and tell us we are wrong, because there is hundreds in it. Like, I think you was just trying to say Ryan Giggs.
Yeah. Mate, we talked about it before. We found 4 or 5 of them, and then Tim popped up with loads of them, like the hairline, the way it slants to the side, and everything.
Yeah,
they must have before. At the minute, everyone that's doing 3D printing, they use the face mapping technology to be able to build a face. In them days, they just looked at a Merlin sticker album, and that's how they created their figures.
Yeah, fair play.
Good stat. Good stat like that one. If anyone has got a Merlin one, go and have a look yourself. But have you got a joke as well, Gav? A Christmas cracker?
Yes, I have. Yes. So, Ipswich Town. Way! I thank you. That's my joke.
Thank you for that Christmas joke. Should have known better, shouldn't I? Sam, have you got a statistic?
Statistic wise, so do you know the Italian release, well, fact rather than stat, I suppose, the Italian release of Fabrizio Ravanelli in the original headliner series carries the PL base instead of a Serie A base in terms of his code, and he's also the only one.
But underneath is a PL.
Yeah, underneath is a PL, and then if you look at the font of the name and number on the back of the shirt, it's in the same font that his Middlesbrough kit would be in, whereas the other Italian players are in the, I suppose, chunkier numbered font. And there's also a subtle difference to his collector card. I can't remember exactly what it is.
And the information file as well, isn't it?
Sorry, not the card. That's what I meant, the file. It's got like a slightly different logo on the top of the file booklet as opposed to the rest of them. So for someone that collects cards, files, etc., that becomes a bit of a mission because the chance of getting that collector file is so rare because it would only come with a Ravanelli.
Wow.
Wow.
Imagine having them in the bin. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. They will get in. As for a joke, I don't know, but I've got a cracker as it's Christmas.
Do it. Just
Go on.
a cracker.
Hey.
Oh. What was in it?
Let's find out. Not a lot.
With a file.
I've got a joke.
Go on then.
Dan will like this. It just says Spurs home form. And
Spurs in general, I think, yeah.
How many Manchester City fans does it take to change a light bulb? Both of them.
Right, that's two classics so far then. Dan, stat?
My, fact more than stat is the Portugal National Series. Very hard to come by all the players. Very, very rare. 12 release. The only one that for some inexplicable reason didn't have a goalkeeper released with them. All outfield players. If you look at all the other national teams, they all had a goalkeeper. I mean, France had 2. England had 4. But for some reason, Portugal didn't release a goalkeeper, which is really strong. I'm sure there was a Thiago that was going to be released, but then didn't get released for some reason. I'm sure obviously in the master model somewhere. But really odd. So that's my factoid. My joke, if you can call it that, is, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, because it's just awful. What do you call a Corinthian figure that keeps falling over? A flop signing. There you go. Rubbish.
Oh, what?
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. A flop signing. Absolute rubbish. Not funny in the slightest.
The worse the better. It's got to be.
And that's what makes Christmas. Yeah.
Right. So the only thing I could find quickly was being a Man U fan, I collect Man United, and I think, as we know, that Man United is got the biggest collection of Corinthians. And from the FAPL range, they produced the most figures. There was 42 in total brought out, more than any other team. So, hang on, I'm getting a phone call. I'll hang up quickly. Yes, they brought out 42. And then the joke, I made this one up myself, so it is terrible. I do apologise. What is the only Corinthian you can hang from your front door at this time of year? Don't know. Holly Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh, my God.
Actually, yeah, it's not bad at all. Annoyingly.
There we go. They are some absolute classics. Right, boys. It again has been a pleasure. It is.
Whoa!
Sorry, Gary. Take over, Gary. Go on. Do what you're gonna do.
We've got my sack to open.
Oh, let's have a look in Gaz's sack. Empty your sack, Gaz.
Who's this one for? Oh, this one's for Dan to Border. I'll have to open it for you. Okay. Oh, it's quite big. Nice. Oh, so that is nice.
What she said. Yep. Go on.
It's lovely.
I'm really.
What you'll have to, what you'll have to do is if it doesn't fit, don't send it back to me because it's come from China, okay? But it's lovely.
Okay. Oh, good God! Honestly,
wow.
Okay, I don't even know if I can say thank you. If I'm honest with you,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Andrew Flack.
Clean the car in that one.
Andrew Flack.
It's Liverpool. You can put it on.
Oh.
Or Portsmouth. Not Portsmouth. Sorry, Plymouth.
Ah, yes. A new brush for your repaints.
What? Mate, I could do them a lot quicker with that one. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me.
And last but not least, Sam.
They say size doesn't matter, but so it's only a little one, Sam.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
No, I know. Let's have a little look. Yes. So I had a little go at repainting myself.
Nice.
So I had one of them micro stars, Troy Andre Flo in the Chelsea kit, but I've painted him in the Rangers kit.
Oh, you haven't, have you?
Yeah, so you can have that one, mate.
Appreciate it, mate.
And there's the last one that's in here. This was for Tim because I didn't know if he'd be on here today or not. But I'll just quickly open it. Hang on. It's a triangle because he's got more points than Wolves. Happy Christmas, everybody! Happy Christmas, you filthy animals!
Right. On that note, that is a very good way to finish it. It's been a pleasure, and do you know we've genuinely had some fun doing these 5 that we've done, and we're loving the positive feedback we're getting on our group. People are enjoying them too. It's just 4 lads. Hopefully, when Tim comes on, 5 lads just chatting about Corinthians, enjoying the collection. But more than that, just enjoying getting to know other people. We've met up a few times, and that is what it's all about. It's just having a bit of fun while collecting. So please keep tuning in. Please keep watching. Share them if you want to share them, and get involved. If any of you guys want to come on that are watching, come on and join in with us. We can chat about figures. We've got our start sign scout sell that we want you guys to get involved with. So come and get involved with all of that. But we'll have to end this, I suppose. Who can I give the honour to? Let's go for Gary today. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Gary.
No,
go on.
Pass it on to someone else.
Let's all do it. Let's all try and do it after 3, and we'll say Merry Christmas, everybody. Right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas! See.